Hey Canucks fans, welcome to Clay's Canucks commentary for Wednesday, August the 15th. I'm Clay Emo at Canuck Clay on Twitter. I'm at Clayton Emo on Instagram, and I'm a founding member of the GLCPC, the Good Looking Canucks Positivity Club. We are packing up our hotel room in Anaheim, getting ready to start the 21-hour trek home. We're going to do it over 3 days and 2 nights, a couple stops on the way, see family and friends. Ending off this epic road trip, it's been a wonderful time. We survived our 5th and final day of Disney yesterday, and now I think we're about ready to get home and get back to real life. For today, I want to continue my Cool Canucks Experiences mini-series, and I'm going to talk about the final home game for Henrik and Daniel Sedin. I'm wearing their shirt, as you can see right here, and I got a pretty cool experience to tell you about. My son Sean and I got to go into the tunnel pre-game and basically high-five, not just the Sedins, but all the Canucks players, fist bump them as they made their way to the ice. Let me tell you how this happened. A couple days before the final game, I knew that my son Sean and I were going to go. I was getting ready for an historic evening, and we know what happened on that evening. I've detailed it in other videos about all the numerology behind Daniel and Henrik and Edler, 22, 33, 23, and basically we recall that Daniel capped off a 4-3 power play in overtime by scoring 33 seconds, 2 minutes and 33 seconds into overtime to cap off their final home game. And it was an amazing scene. And I'm going to link to a video down below, actually 2 videos down below. I'm going to link to actually the scene of us fist bumping the Sedins and the scene of their entire final shift that I recorded from the stands. So anyways, a couple days before the game, I reached out to David Kyle. He's the social media manager of the Canucks, and someone who's been very, very good to me over the past few years. And I simply said, hey, is there any way that Sean and I can get in the tunnel? It would mean a lot to us for the last game. And he pulled a couple strings, I'm sure, and next thing I know, he got an email saying, yeah, just be here at this certain part of the arena by this time. So we met all these people, we went down. It was kind of funny, they let us down to the tunnel, and about 10-15 minutes before, maybe about 5 to 10 minutes before the players started to come out. And one thing they did is Sean and I found very quickly, we established where the best vantage point would be. In essence, we wanted to be the first ones to touch gloves. Well, we weren't wearing gloves, to touch fists or whatever. So we found that spot, and then I looked around, and it was all kids that were basically in the front row, and then all the parents were kind of in the back row taking pictures or videos of their kids, except I was the only parent that was in the front row, but I made sure that the kid beside me on my left didn't mind, he didn't. So there we were. Sean was the very first person coming out of the tunnel, then me, and then about 3 or 4 other dozen kids. And then it was pretty cool. We saw the Canucks start to get ready through the tunnel, come out of their dressing room, and as they came, sure enough, Daniel and Henrik were the first 2 guys in the line. And you'll see this in the video. We started to, Sean and Daniel high five or fist bump, whatever. Then Henrik left me hanging. I don't know if he had something against older Asian guys or he simply had too much on his mind, which is fine. But he kind of left me hanging. And as I'm trying to film all this, I started to get excited. So my hand starts to go up and down. For the first 5 or 6 players, I don't think you get to see their faces because I'm so excited. I'm so concentrating on doing the high five that you only see their jersey or their logo. But it doesn't matter. I rectified it about a few seconds in. But you can hear the overall excitement. And the other thing is, I think I needed to practice this better because Sean, as an athlete, he's used to let's go baby or let's go or go get it or whatever. So he was saying cool stuff as the players walked by. Me, I turned into a 5-year-old kid. So when Troy Stecher walked by, instead of saying let's go Troy or let's do it man, I yelled out Richmond because I live in Richmond and Troy Stecher lives in Richmond. Same with Bo Horvat. As Bo went by, let's go Bo, go get it Bo, whatever. I said Bo, 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 Bo. Who says that? Who says Bo, 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 Bo? I guess I do because that's what I said. So anyways, we got to fist bump all the players, Sedin's last game, and then it was a wonderful way to start a most memorable evening, an evening that saw them win in overtime, saw Daniel score, assisted by Henrik and Alex Edler, and basically that was their last home game ever. As we know, they played 2 nights later in Edmonton. Not as magical, but still a very fitting tribute from the Oilers. But overall, was very grateful to David and the Vancouver Canucks for giving Sean and me that opportunity. Was grateful that I was at that game overall. But to start off that game in the tunnel, and then if you watch on Hockey Night in Canada, you can actually see the back of our heads there, and a few people actually recognize me. They recognize me. They recognize the back of my head, I guess, is that distinguishable. And they said, hey, we saw you and your son on TV. So once again, want to share that with you, a cool Canucks experience of being able to fist bump the Sedins prior to them taking the ice for their final home game of their storied Vancouver Canucks careers. leave a comment below. I'd love to read, react, and reply to it. What do you remember about the Sedins? What do you remember about that final shift? What do you remember about that final game? Like I said, leave a comment and I'll reply to it. I'll link to those 2 videos below, their final shift and the footage of us fist bumping from my first first person perspective. And that would be great. I'd love to hear your feedback. Subscribe to this channel if you haven't done so already. Give this video a like if you like what I'm doing. And in my next cool Canucks Experiences video, I'll talk about this time that my son Sean caddied for Bo Horvat at a golf tournament. God bless, and go Canucks go.